Welcome back, everybody. We have 3 games to watch still. Up next is Pink Ravens versus For Fun Gamers, or FFG, for the 5th and 6th seed matchup. Accompanying me now, though, we have Cynic to my left, a former Omeda employee, well known in our community. How are you, Cynic?
I'm doing well. I'm just watching some banger games and hope that we can have some more banger games this afternoon.
Yeah,
Or
I'm
evening.
looking forward to it as well. And of course, to my right, we have Mr. Meds, first time on camera, I think, predecessor internal tester. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. This has been a really great day. We've had a lot of banger games. I'm really excited for these next matchups. I think they're going to be, very good, very good.
Yeah, we have the power of friendship, the For Fun Gamers who are gaming for fun on one team, and then of course we have the other team, Pink Ravens roster, who kind of share some of our beloved immune gamers like Tang and Neft. With that being said, let's look at the beautiful draft by Hot Sauce. So Cynic, we saw Chimera being a top pick in our previous matches. Do you think he will be a top pick or ban in this match as well?
Yeah, I don't see the Chimera changing too much. I think it'd either be banned or it'd be picked, to be honest. I don't think there's any dropping the Chimera at any point. Maybe there's a team that might decide to just like let it through, but I don't see it happening. We did see it drop to last pick in game 2, but I don't see it happening again, to be honest.
And
Yeah.
what do you think, Mr. Meds?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the W Key King is going to be pick or ban. It's either first pick or first ban. But we do see that the Decker actually came in with the first ban here. I think it's a pretty good ban. I think it just offers a lot of CC, a lot of map control with the cage. So I think this is a really good ban. And I know that Raven from Pink Ravens actually is very good on this champion. So it's a good takeaway.
Yeah, it's just safe. Disengage, engage. It's just a very powerful pick across the board. It just gets it off the table, and obviously opens up for other things to be picked up. Interesting to see what Pink Ravens banned then. So for all the Kalari, so I guess they want to try and prioritize and maybe force fun gamers to pick the Chimera maybe, and then take away 2 power picks. But how do you feel about the Kalari pick there?
Yeah, I think it's a good ban. With the item changes coming in this last patch, I think that Kalari actually came up in priority a little bit. She does a lot of damage, like a lot. One ult, she can pop the entire team. So I think this is a really good ban. And I think you're right. I think it kind of forces For Fun Gaming to kind of pick up that, or it allows For Fun Gaming to pick up that Chimera if they want to on that first rotation.
They do
we do see the Bellica coming in. Really good pickup. A lot of CC, a lot of zone control again with the drone.
Yeah, it also can be a flex pick, so we don't know where it's going. Obviously, they banned the Deca, and then obviously they could put that Bellica in the support and then take something like a Gadget mid. Gideon mid is still open. Forces Pink Ravens to kind of make a decision. Do they want to take the Chimera here and then take 2 power picks? So maybe like Gideon or Gadget, or maybe just take the support. Obviously, flex picks are still open. Sevrog and Gadget are the picks. Obviously, Sevrog can be played in the jungle as well. Chimera is still up, so I don't see that happening. We'll see. Because if it is the Sevrog jungle, then obviously Chimera will just run it over in terms of tempo. But Gadget mid is safe. Good wave clear. As we saw in the previous game, it was very good at keeping the base alive in terms of wave clear. So we'll see what Fun Gamers answers with this.
Yeah, I do think that this Gadget is actually a really good pick. She offers a lot of wave clear and a lot of pressure in the mid lane, which allows the Gadget to kind of get out of lane and influence the other parts of the map. We've seen this a lot with the Chimera pick, where the Gadget and the Chimera linked up. But we do see the Fang Mao and the Revenant come in, which is actually our first Fang Mao that we've seen today. So this is actually going to be a really spicy pick. I think this is some really good tech here. We have seen it go primarily in scrims to the off lane, which is the answer to maybe the Severog here. I think that Q Max is actually really good and kind of underrated as a pick.
Yeah, we also see the Revenant coming, which is the first time I think today that we've seen a priority of the Revenant over another pick like the Kira or the Twin Blast. And also I think it's a very good pairing with the Belaka, which makes me think that the Belaka will be the support because that is a powerful duo. And if you land a stun, that is either blink gone or somebody is dying. And obviously allows for the jungler. It could be the Fengmao jungle, to be honest. It could be there to keep the tempo up because there's another change from the Chimera. And we also have seen the Ray pick the Chimera into the Sevrog in the offlane in the past. So I don't see that happening here, but it could. And then the Drongo is obviously picked up as just another answer to the Revenant. Obviously with the silence, the pop damage from and also the ultimate for the disengage against the Fengmao. So the Fengmao jumps in the Drongo, he's going to ult away, great distance, use the silence, and then obviously Fengmao kind of in no man's land.
Yeah, I think this Drongo pick's actually really good. I think we've seen a lot of big priority on the Drongo. The silence and the mobility of that champion is just so good and so powerful. It's really good. We do see a Howie ban come in. I'm a little confused on that one, to be honest with you. I think that the gadget, is actually good into the Howie. Just has a lot of push pressure against it. So I'm a little confused on that one. But we do see actually the Chimera coming in as the second ban here. So
yeah,
no WQ King.
The Howie's obviously at first. We're seeing a lot of first. This Fengmao, Revenant, and now we're seeing the Howitzer. Obviously, Howitzer allows access into the backline, so they probably want to protect their backline so that they can't get blown up. The Drongo, the gadget and create a situation where they're low HP because the ultimate does have access to the backline, which not a lot of ults do. And obviously the Chimera ban, which as we said, it doesn't get picked, so it gets banned. They got the Fengmao. They got the tempo in the jungle most likely. I'm interesting to see what they follow up with this pick. They're probably going to take maybe Crunch away. FaZe followed up with the Drongo, really good. I feel like there's this 2v2 in the duo is going to be very blood orientated. Like FaZe, Drongo, very good combination with the two slows into the root, and obviously the burst damage from the Drongo, burst damage from the Revenant, and just the catch potential with the Belaka with the stun, and obviously with the drone.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of E spam with the FaZe here. When that's off of cooldown, FaZe is going to be Eing and lancing all the way across the lane. But we do see a Richter come in and a Gideon. Two really good team fight picks here. I think the Richter is a great pickup. We did see in the group stages that a very high priority pick for a lot of teams. So I think that's a really strong pick. And then obviously we've seen a lot of Gideon today. Just really good damage across the board.
Yeah, and Greystone is the last pick for Pink Ravens. Honestly, for fun gamers, any of these characters can go in multiple roles. Belaka can go mid, support. Yeah. Richter can go jungle, offlane. Fengmao can go offlane, jungle. There's a lot. You don't know what's happening in this game in terms of fun gamers. And then obviously Pink Ravens, Greystone, another first. This game has had 4 firsts actually. FaZe as well. It's actually crazy that these teams are bringing out something different for us to see.
Yeah, the spice level, off the charts.
In terms of draft, in terms of who I think won the draft, I'm honestly gonna have to go with for fun gamers, just because I feel like if the Revenant gets ahead, the Fengmao can snowball. I feel like there's no. I don't know. I'm kind of torn on the draft, to be honest. They're both really strong teams.
Yeah, I'm torn as well. I think if the Sevrog can get big enough, I think in the late game, the Greystone and the Sevrog can kind of pair up and kind of take over and push through lanes. But I think if 4 fun gamers can kind of get ahead and that Fengmao can be a split push terror in the late game, I think it's gonna be a pretty interesting game between the two.
Yeah.
All right, Cynic, what works really well and what sort of team fights will we see from 4 fun gamers?
Well, 4 fun gamers are looking for the quick blowing up. Richter looking for a hook, and then obviously looking to blow up that target. And if that doesn't work, then obviously Gideon to create chaos, pulling a lot of people. Fengmao AoE damage, Belaka AoE damage, Revenant AoE damage. And then basically Pink Ravens are kind of just looking to scale up the Sevrog, scale up the gadget, look to team fight. Greystone going in, creating a lot of chaos with his ultimate, and obviously might be running the Phoenix. I don't think he will. And then obviously the FaZe creates, it gives the Drongo a lot of freedom to run and be aggressive, and then obviously save him, as there isn't that much CC on for fun gamers to be worried about. So it does open that to be more aggressive on the Drongo.
And Mr. Meds, what do you like about the draft from Pink Ravens?
I like the phase pickup, honestly. I think the phase has the ability to get people out of tricky situations. If we've seen a lot of team fights, and we've seen a lot of pick comps, we've seen all of these things, but the phase, when Greystone goes in, phase will just be able to get them right out, be very, very safe. Cynic mentioned it. Drongo will be able to play really aggressive. Greystone can play really aggressive, and Severog can play really aggressive. So I can see that this Pink Ravens team just goes right forward.
Yeah. I'm actually really surprised we didn't see a lot of Twin Blast so far. Is he not a picker ban, Cynic?
I feel like Revenant and Drongo, honestly, the teams just value it more. Drongo brings more team versatility, and just Revenant, just like if he gets ahead, snowballs pretty to be hard, can isolate people with the ultimate. And obviously, the Twin Blast is like not as high of a priority pick for the teams, at least in terms of his power, in my opinion.
And Mr. Meds, any last final thoughts or anything you'd like to mention from the draft before we turn it over to our casters?
I just think this is going to be a spicy game. I think the chat should be ready for some spice being thrown here.
All right, our good friends excited to cast this. Without further ado, Spooky Mars and Jabro.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm excited. This is the first time you're going to be seeing me, and I'm looking at the wrong place because my camera is sometimes over there, so I do apologize. But it's myself and Spooky Mars bringing you the action today. How are you doing, Spooky? You good?
Well, I'm looking at the right place right now. I'm looking at the right camera, I'm doing a little bit better than you are right now. You have so much time to practice, Jabro.
It's right? It's like the thing is you're over here as well, so I'm watching this other thing. I'm excited about this game. Like Cynic said, we've got a lot of firsts, right? So I'm excited to see exactly what we see from the Feng, Mao specifically as well, and the Rev. But yeah, not like Ardog said, not really much TB, whereas I kind of heard from some players that TB was also kind of one of the favorites as well. So maybe not some stuff I expected to come out today. What do you think about the draft itself?
Listen, this might be a bad take. It could be a wrong take. I hate Twin Blast. I don't have fun playing Twin Blast, okay?
Amazing.
I've tried it, did horrible, 1 in 14. Maybe I'm just a bad player. Didn't have a good time. The less Twin Blasts I see, the more happy I am. What I do like seeing is Revenant, and this was touched on slightly by the desk as well. His ability to isolate targets late game is incredibly powerful, right? It doesn't matter who's the problem. It doesn't matter how the enemy team is grouping. If you can find someone, just dump them into the Shadow Realm. All right, that's a 1v1. And as long as you land your shots, you can win those 1v1s as Revenant, assuming you're on at least even footing. But my question for you is this, Jabro. All right, what do you consider to be the strongest non-ultimate, just basic ability in the game?
In our game specifically, or just generally?
Just in Predecessor.
In Predecessor? Wow, not much pressure.
Just your personal opinion.
I think Richter's pull is one of the strongest abilities in the game because it just
that's a good choice.
So many things. It's a cop-out choice. It's a really good cop-out choice because
it's a very good cop-out choice.
Yeah,
my argument.
Pair that up.
No, go ahead. Go and finish.
I was going to say the pair. If you got Rampage, I think we were talking about in our Discord chat because all the casters kind of get together. We talk about the Rock Chain, and someone's talking about combining it up as well. So it's this interesting kind of combination. But the pulls, especially on support. But on this off lane, is very different. He's going to be building different. He's not really poking that much. He's just kind of sitting there versus 7, that lane in that off lane. So it's going to be very interesting. Whereas we've got the Bellica over on the left with Rev for FFG as well. So it's going to be interesting to see that. We're going to see the Rev as well with the powerful Q in early game, which is really, really nice to see. And we'll probably pop over there and have a look at that in a bit and see if he's putting on some pressure.
And that dual lane, that's where my attention is, because my opinion is that Gag Grenade is the single strongest non-ultimate ability in the game. Because it's on an ADC, it's an area silence that also does damage.
Yeah.
And he can keep you in there using the boomerang slow, right?
Very true.
It is so much utility on an ADC as a pure damage dispenser. And the fact that he can completely shut down Revenant's trays by just turning off his abilities and making him rely on just the 4 shots he gets is very powerful in that dual lane specifically, especially when you then look at it, you combine it with this phase, you can lock people down even harder. If you get rooted into a gag grenade, I'm sorry, you're losing the fight. Go back to base. You lost the health trade. That's simply how it is over there. But
it's a good zoning tactic. Absolutely agree. Absolutely.
In this solo lane, Pete isn't going to find quite as much value with the hooks unless he keeps this pressure up, which he is doing now.
No, but Ven's in. Oh, what? Oh my! He wouldn't get the cheeky kill as well as he goes. That's absolutely awesome. Good work. There we go. Just out of nowhere. I wasn't even looking at the map there. I was so focused on what you were saying. Like I missed Ven coming out. That was a really good job from them. Awesome work. And having a look at mid as well. Tang is probably going to have to go back fairly soon with no mana. Unless that's some kind of random commentator kind of bug that I'm not seeing. But, Gideon pushing that lane full on. HP is going to be absolutely fine there as well. We do have a little cheeky river buff as well up on the left side of the jungle. Feng is just grabbing that offlane green buff as well as he comes back into his rotation. He's going to be starting to go back. Yeah. They're both. Feng is not sure at the moment whether or not to engage. If we pop over there and have a look what's going on, that'd be lovely. As we've seen a mid lane rotation as well. We're going to see Gadget catch him out. No, maybe not.
Oh
no, Gadget's going to get killed here. We're going to see the end of Gadget up here. Oh, what? Yeah, no, they were, this is the thing I was saying. Like, I expected them to go back before they maybe rotated. It seemed a bit of an interesting move to rotate and without any mana on particularly any abilities. Gadget's, yeah, okay. It doesn't matter. It's fine.
Extremely shocked.
They survived and they're fine, and that's all that matters. Yeah, but it shouldn't be. Yeah, Gideon's still pushing as well. Mid looks happy. Richter's rotated into mid. Are we getting a? We're not. I mean, Richter's covering Gideon's lane, obviously, but they've got to switch back. And obviously, Mad Corporeal also almost going down there as well. Richter's coming back over.
That is a lot forced out. I mean, that should be in favor of For Fun Gaming. Tang going over there with 0 mana as a gadget and relying on just move speed to try to get themselves out of there. That's crazy. That reeks of, I've made a mistake and I'm going to die for it. But over here, there's still more fighting to be had.
Yeah, Boinks needs to be careful there. Almost going down themselves. Raven getting back as well. Neff just doing a good doing a good job, but kind of zone him out. But yeah, Tang's got mana. Everyone. So good. They're coming into the lane. It's okay.
Blake?
They've got him. Surely. No.
Yep.
I was like, okay, I missed the bomb there. I wear glasses. It's fine. So don't worry about it.
It's okay. We'll get your prescription.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, I need to get a stronger one, apparently. Rev's okay, just clearing up. They're going to grab gold buff as well. They're quite low. You know what? With the Rev going over there for a cheeky kill with no mana on those guys, it could be an interesting move, but they do need to get that support back out there to enable that. Make sure the Rev doesn't go down as well. We see push on mid. Peaks in a bit of trouble. Yep, he does. He does have a... No, he's dead.
Oh, he's dead. Okay. He's very dead.
I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. It's okay. Yeah. So that's right. Exactly. Cast a curse. Forgot about that one. Ven's having a pretty decent start to the game, as well as Llama on this side of things as they push the tower and over on towards mid. Just waiting for Gadgets to come back in lane as well. So in the moment, 1 kill to 4 for Pink Ravens. Wow, to the team is like PR. I was just going to go PR or do I say their actual names? Public relations. And exactly,
lots of relations.
Yeah, lots of relations. Ven in Greystone. Actually, I was talking to it was Wangle last night. We were talking about up and coming heroes and heroes that maybe haven't seen much value, but people are starting to pick them. So Kalari is one of those heroes who people have been trying to pick up a little bit more and play in jungle because of the ridiculous. I think I'm not sure who said this. Someone said it, and it was the last desk or the desk before. And I was talking about their elite ability being ridiculous.
Tang?
Tang again has mana. Dangerous when they have mana. No, Bellica
just dead. Simply gone.
Absolutely. Good rotations from Tang coming over. Gideon, we need to see Gideon a little bit quicker on these rotations when they see Gadget move.
Well, I think this is kind of telling of the nature of the teams, right? Pink Ravens is a team that's gotten together specifically for these tournaments. They've been practicing a lot. They've been a big name in the EU scene. For Fun Gaming, it's in the name, right? This is a group of friends who've got together. They like playing the game. Their comms may not be quite as high as Pink Ravens right now, but nonetheless, they are here to fight over this Fangtooth.
Yeah, let's see what they can get out. Ven is very low as well, level 5 as well, so they could probably get a cheeky little kill out. Maybe. Oh, no way. Here comes the HP. Good job from the support. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Feng might get a kill or two here, potentially. There's one. Oh, we get nah, don't dive. Don't dive. It's all good. It's okay. You won out pretty well there. And you actually come back to 4 to 6 kills and got the Fangtooth as well. Absolutely awesome job from For Fun Gamers. Well, I mean, maybe they're not just here for the fun. Maybe they just they're having fun and they're going to get some wins as well. I mean, let's go. Awesome job.
So
really nice.
There's two parts of that, right? For Fun Gaming, right? They like to have fun. They're here to have a good time. They got together because they enjoy playing with each other. That also means these people do just have synergy with each other. They play together. They know how each other play. Once they get together and they group around these objectives and for these team fights, they know how to play those. They know what each other is going to be doing. Absolutely. It's just a matter of actually getting to that point without falling into a deficit. And right there at that Fangtooth, they've shown a good response. We just need that response to continue and not allow Pink Ravens just constantly free roam without a response to it. I mean, already Severog's roaming around.
Yeah, they're having a little bit of a roam now. I mean, this is the thing. We've had a lot of roaming from mid and right lane and left and now they'll be able to do that a little bit more as they've pushed. But I think that's a really, really good point in the chat as well. People are saying, what else is fun? Winning. And that's right. So they can have the ultimate For Fun gaming session with the win as well. I guess so, yeah. But that's right. They are more, I think maybe I've been, nice pull from Rick Peak. Come on. Oh, there we go. This is what I love about an offlane Richter. They can be really strong. Nice Gideon or at least a nice knockback from the Sev. Using that and survives and all's good. That's all she wrote there.
And that was very clean from Llama. It looked like a really bad spot, and now we're on the duo side and maybe paying the price. However, you take them straight away. It looks like they're just in the Shadow Realm. Ven's still alive, and good lord, Ven can't do anything. He's just dead. Ganks goes down to a gank.
Wow. Awesome job there. Belika's now got to hold the lane. Greystone, Ven does not care. Greystone is having a lot of presence on this solo lane. Actually, is all over the shop right now. Is doing a fantastic job for them. Bonks obviously knows that they don't want to die for a tier 1. It's just not worth it, but they're just trying to pile on any pressure they possibly can and stop them from pushing and maybe getting a little bit of a snowball on this lane as well. They'll get the gold. I wish I had a gold buff stat. That would be so sick. Just wondering about that myself. It might be nice actually to see the scoreboard and show our viewers what exactly they are building as well, because I'm not too sure myself across right now. It's, here we go.
He should be wise to it. He's got his dash. Shouldn't be able to get caught out here. He's fine.
He's good.
And that's the strength of the Severog too, right? He is a pretty safe champion. He can sit back, just farm. He can apply pressure. Once he gets those Q stacks up, he can do some real damage. But if you try to gank him, has a dash, has a root, has the knockback, it's very hard to actually pressure the Severog and shut him down before he's able to start scaling up. Hey, take a look at the farm there. You can see he's doing pretty well on that right now. 77. Yeah. Maybe, not the highest, but still on par with where he wants to be.
I think we're seeing Pink Ravens ahead a little bit on the solo lane as well. He comes maybe a potential engage, maybe on the duo lane, but I think they're going to back off there. Peak being pushed currently by Llama on the off lane as well. I'd love some. Are they going? We're seeing some movement around Prime. There we go. We are going to see an early Prime. We saw that in the other game, last game as well. We saw some early orb primes as well to get some power on the lane to push as early as possible. I wonder if we're going to see, Richter's on it. Feng is coming in as well. Gideon, they get it already, too late. And they are going to go for a little bit of a cheeky team fight here, potentially. The zone from Gadget there. I love that. No pull from Richter, unfortunately. And they get out with the Fang. Good job from the old FFG.
Yeah, I mean,
not Fang, sorry. Wow, or Prime. Wow. Let's go for, let's say Prime. And then I look to the left-hand side. Yeah, see you go. It's my first day, everyone. It's okay. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
You specifically told me you'd done this like 300 times.
Yeah, 744, but
I'm so sorry. I should be more specific about those things.
I wear glasses, everyone, as well. I'm just a bit older than everyone, so it takes a while for me to get going.
He's got to warm up.
That's what
this is a good look now for the Pink Ravens, because this should give them a lot more pressure on the map. And they've certainly had that. Their rotations so far have been phenomenal. But I may be eating my words because Tang is in some trouble. Gets shot down, no more.
Yeah, he's an important target. Yeah, Richter's guarding. It should be okay. They should be trying to pick up Gideon here. Nice, really good job from Feng and Richter, just making sure they're not going to die. Moves forward as we see the push coming out from Ven. Oh, we need to get out of this. Does get out of it. Good portal from Gideon. Oh, there's the portal. Oh, and Richter doesn't care what HP is on. He's just like, yep, I'll have some of that. Pulls him in. Beautiful. That's what I like about tank Richter off lane. Really can get those pushes out. Pull someone in, CC. We've got Bellica as well on the CC. Then you've got Gideon ult. You've got the AoE coming out from Feng Mao. Pushing Neff now as well. Nice phase. Oh, phase saves Neff so hard right there. Good job. Wow. That was a really nice little fight, and they're both pulling out.
Man, I cannot believe the aggression from these players sometimes, And you think about it, what are you fighting over right there? Obviously, you're trying to get a pick. You're trying to set up for this primal. But if you spend too much on that pick and you don't get it, you end up with this exact position that For Fun Gaming is currently looking at. Yeah. Pink Ravens are the ones with their foot on the gas, grouped up around this this Fangtooth. It's going to go down clean, no contention there. But keep an eye on your map. You can see Peak just invading the enemy jungle, trying to strip anything away from Pink Ravens up there.
On the offlane, we haven't really seen that much, I don't think, today. I don't think we've seen quite the aggressive offlaner going into jungle as much as we've maybe seen Peak doing that today. And actually, just as a note, we see For Fun Gamers going ahead on the kills on 8-7. I think they're coming out of these fights just a little tiny bit ahead now, which is really, really nice for them, obviously. And I'm telling you, man, we need more teams in these tournaments. I would love to see some more people that just enjoy gaming, coming into tournaments and showing some of these top teams exactly what they got. Because For Fun Gaming, they're in this right now, and you can see Mad Corporeal, nice knockback. It's just like, no, mate, you're done. You're out of it, buddy. No way. And
colossal blow to the egos of For Fun Gaming on that one.
That's very well put. I mean, he's had so much input on that lane from the other team, though. So I'm like, he's just keeping it ready. Oh no,
this is big. He should just die here a little bit early. Way too early on the ult. How do you let him go? How do you let him go like that?
I don't know why Feng isn't chasing, right? Like he could have used the shield.
I'm putting Mad into the corporeal right now.
Right. I don't know. I mean, they get that maybe they just preferred the tower over the kill, but they would have got the kill and the tower. So yeah, I mean, could have been a chase, could have been cheeky kill.
It's just a patience thing. Like you just have to be willing to be a little bit more patient on that. It's got an execute threshold, and you're looking at a tank at that point, right? Sevarog's got a lot of health. You're gonna have to work it down a little bit before you go for the kill. Zephyr looking for the black hole. Macaporeal maybe looking for a return kill here.
Yeah, I'm surprised actually about that. But look at Ven. Ven's right in there, and Feng's got not much mana left. I don't think he's got much as well in this terms of like getting out health on the port. Yeah, he's good. Nice. But Ven can follow with that RMB, right? So it's like not too bad. He tried to, but it's not as far. And he's got some coverage mid as well, so he's okay. I'm having a little bit of a heart moment here. They're just fighting all the time. Calm down, boys. Like, give me a rest.
I
All
liked
right.
the response from Ven to try to answer that kill back. If you can trade a mid laner for a jungler, you would still rather have your mid. But if you can take that jungler off the board, it is a boon to your teams. Less pressure across the map. Unfortunately, not having your mid laner did mean there was a numbers disadvantage. But I like For Fun Gaming's thought process there. They don't win against the Ven with those two. Fang was already too low, so they just wait until Gideon has that portal back up, hop down, take it through. Sure, Ven can follow, but he's slowed when he does it. Easy escape for them, and that should give them some kind of pressure on the map. Unfortunately, because Fang was forced to back and reset, not really able to take a whole lot of advantage of it, but Peak.
The mid. Oh, Gideon.
Ven's
good
right
job.
in there.
Lovely. They might get another one here if they're not careful. It needs to get out of there. He actually does link up with him as well, literally. That was a really nice from Peak. Peak has who was talking about this? But I think it was Cynic. I can't remember. But we're talking about invading and how important this is. It's not even the jungler who's invading. It's Richter. Yeah. So he's the one who's invading. He's stealing blue and nearly every opportunity and even taking some of the camps. Now they're on mini prime and they're going to grab one back and they're going to push probably over on mid as well as they need to defend left a bit. This game feels like it's going to be like a 40-minute game at the moment, how the pace of it. But I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll see this bit of a snowball coming up. But it's 9 to 9 kills. Might be good to see the stats shortly as well, see how the farm's going for teams as well. But, I mean, it's fairly even across the board-ish. It's not too far.
Yeah.
Maybe, actually, the biggest difference is there, like about 25 or so between the two carries. But otherwise, it's pretty even, right?
Yeah, right now, gold is essentially neutral here. It's 9 to 9 kills. Fangteeths on both sides, one each, or mini or prime on both teams as well.
Yeah, one each. Yeah. It's very even. It really is.
I really think the break point of this lies around this off lane here, right?
Yeah,
Peak has been doing a great job of doing invades, and it's important to note how important those are because it's not just gold for you; it's gold and XP taken away from the enemy. They're just putting them at a deficit, not just yourself ahead, but you also have Llama just farming in that lane, and Sevarog is an incredibly powerful scaler. The less attention that's put towards him, the better things are going to go in the late game for Pink Ravens.
That's right. Exactly. Really, really good point. And he's not, and Richter is so he's just focusing on that farm so much. Yeah, he needs to get those spikes up. And like you say, exactly, really, really good point. He's going to become stronger and stronger. And Richter is almost like, almost taking up that jungle spot as well, to be honest, like rotating as much as he possibly can, trying to initiate fights because he needs to. That's his part of his job. And then you've got obviously the team fight potentially coming up here. Boinks is trying to get some CC out there. I was like a bit concerned as they tried to push them out, trying to zone them away from the potential Fang so they can get ahead here. And actually, Yen's pretty low HP. I don't think they're going to come to grab this. Oh no, Yen's having a little bit of a rethink. They actually might try. They're just going to try and take advantage mid over going for that Fangtooth there as well, but they don't get it. And Sev is caught in the jungle. He needs to, he's trying to get away, but they don't actually know. He's fine. They're going after Yen. And they're going after Raven as well. And probably the better picks of the players, I guess, but they could have got a cheeky Sev kill if they were a little bit more aware there. But not many wards on this right side of the jungle, I guess.
Oh my God, this has just been the duo this entire game. Is Mad Corporeal and Peak just looking for picks 24/7. And I really think this is just the strength of the For Fun Gaming draft right now because it just sets up so well for both of them. The lockdown that comes out from Peak allows Mad Corporeal to just put so much time into shredding that health bar before going for the execute. Sure. And this pick just opens this orb up very nicely, but keep an eye out because the Pink Ravens, they're here. They're taking flight.
Yeah, we got to be careful here. They're going to disengage. There's Gideon on the side as well, try and get a bit of a cheeky kill. Ven's going to, maybe soon. I'm not sure where they are on that. Raven is just on the side as well, offering that support. No. Oh, they get it. They get it. They get a double kill there as well. Fangs out, Revs out. They should be able to get this prime. They're going to take it over. I'm surprised. Was that a bit... Oh, that's a bit preemptive, I think, from the blue team. I don't know. I'm not sure about that for fun gamers, but it was worth it. I think, where they were in the game in terms of like picking off Fang and different things recently, they've got a little bit of confidence. They wanted to push it, but unfortunately not able to win that out. And now they're going to kind of stalemate it for a little bit of time. Bellica over on the midpoint with Gideon as well, mid lane. Wow, that's other games for you. It's like the 10 other games I've commentated in the past. Mid lane is Peak, like you said as well. Peak, that combo in mid has just been really fun to watch, and I hope this is giving some of the chat a little bit of some joy. Some of the Richter players out there, or some people who have been thinking about picking up Richter.
For
maybe
sure.
He's very excited. He's one of my favorites. I'm not gonna, he's just one of my favorites, right?
Hey, with gameplay like that, how can you be blamed?
That's the thing, right?
I do want to loop back to that Orb Prime, because on one hand, yeah, I do think it was slightly rushed from For Fun Gaming, but only in the fact that they didn't wait really for their full team to be there.
Oh,
that was a good time to look for it.
Sure.
They had the pick, they had the numbers, look for more numbers once again. They have an additional advantage in Fangtooth, but if you noticed, Gideon just was so far away from that fight. If you saw where he dropped the black hole, it didn't really have much of an impact in that fight whatsoever. And that also meant he wasn't dropping damage on the Orb Prime. It's just a positioning mistake that now Pink Ravens is able to just abuse, stripping towers off the map, pushing themselves ahead, because this is where gold leads happen. Remember, it's not in the kills, it's not in the fights. It's what you take after those fights. Get the objective, get the towers. And now this is probably the first lead that we've actually seen in this game so far, all off the back of one slightly sloppy Orb Prime.
I'm wondering here, though, because I think we see a potential fight coming out on the off lane. And so they have taken that advantage. But here you could possibly see PR make a little bit of a mistake. But they're still together. They're okay. I think they're just waving them off for Prime. They've got Prime as well, so they need to be careful. They're just going to just sit under the tower for a moment and try to get a cheeky pull. Does miss that, unfortunately. Peak hasn't missed many of those, to be honest, in this game. So I understand why he's trying to pick those up.
Not mid, though.
Yeah, there we go.
Just split push over here. Mac Portal does rotate. It's a big rotation. They're looking for the kill.
Big damage. Look at that damage from Feng Mao. Oh, he missed. Did he miss? Or did we see a shield come out there? Tang's dead.
There it is.
All done. I think, we should go back to base, go right, and outnumber that fight. Rev needs to rotate as well. And Peak, they could win. They could push a fight here and win this. I'm not sure why they still find those mobs.
Oh, no.
Oh, there's a pull. Lovely. Oh, Peak. Oh, chef's kiss. Beautiful pull as well to come back with that. Neft as well as Llama and Raven going to run away. Here comes Gideon trying to get that cheeky meteor. There's the ult. That's a better ult. Nice. Llama again. He is just ridiculous at getting out of these fights. How many times have we seen that happen to Llama today? Oh my God.
Too many, but the fight is still going. They're not willing to give this up.
No.
They might be paying for it, though. Big Roo hits 2.
Gideon, come on. He's waiting for that Q to come back up. Neft so low HP. But we see Tang coming back out as well. Yeah, absolutely. Oh no, Neft coming back in for the cheeky one on Gideon. Look at that. Should I tell you what I love? Those plays when you see people with so low HP and you feel like you've got that fight, it's in your gut and you're going to go for it and it comes off. It's such a good feeling, and that's beautiful to see from Neft there. Love it. Absolutely. This is a flipping stonking game. I have to make sure I don't swear there.
It's really well played from both sides. On one hand, For Fun Gaming recognizes that Pink Ravens is stepping up after taking their towers, but not resetting. Remember, gold in hand is gold wasted. That doesn't translate to an item advantage until you actually make the reset. But the split push just puts so much pressure. It pulls so much attention away from that right side that Pink Ravens is able to take so much and bait FFG into going way too far.
Absolutely.
Now around this primal,
look at the pull again. Big. Bang! What is this guy? Just like... What is this Richter on? Amazing. And they get the Fang as well. Gideon's just like, yeah, I'm just going to finish this off. But of course, Llama's out. Oh my God. I've got to be careful, people. I had a hernia surgery recently. Please be careful. giving me all the moments
Llama
here.
doesn't get out of this one.
Okay. Poor Llama. Not enough jump there. Is that llamas that jump? I can't remember. Or do they spit? Or is that alpacas? I can't remember. Someone tell us in chat.
Spit, I'm pretty sure.
Could be
it might be both. I'm not an animal expert. I'm not a zoologist. All I know is that this llama definitely did finally meet its grave.
And I'm going to need you that. I'm going to need that from you next time, I think. And there we go. Okay, chat's piping in now. Also, I would just like I want some kind of I want predictions from chat of who's going to win here. Let's get some chat interaction. FFG or PR? Who's going to take this? And who's the MVP in this game for you? I know we don't necessarily give it out for each game. I can't remember, but I would love to know who you think will win this game, PR or FFG. That would be fantastic to see in the chat. Don't spam it too much. I mean, you can if you want.
The way that FFG is playing right now and PR, if Pink Ravens don't start confirming these objectives a little bit better, FFG is going to run away with it. However, you have to take a look at the map as well, right? Mm-hmm. Towers down across the board for Fun Gaming. What this means is gold and map pressure for Pink Ravens. They can go just about anywhere they want. And sure, it's a sort of similar look. There's towers missing for Pink Ravens, but they've got that tier 3 all the way in the left side. They still have that bastion, that last tower that has to be stripped away. Now, Orb, and once again be looked at, and it is FFG who's in position first. They want a fight. They have a pick composition, right? Before this, when I was looking at the drafts, I was wondering how FFG was going to really be able to find a way into fights because of how good Pink Ravens are at engaging and disengaging with their draft. They don't need to engage is the thing. FFG just needs to find any target to pull, and then Revenant, if need be, can isolate them further or just pick a different target, and suddenly the numbers advantage swings so wildly in favor of FFG. And that's why you see Pink Ravens being so careful whenever they approach these fights. These situations aren't as free of engages as looking at the draft might imply. They have to be very conscious of where Peak is and where his follow-up, his mad lad, Mad Corporeal is.
He's such a playmaker, though, at the moment. Like, he is that playmaker, right? Like, if you think about football or soccer or whatever, hitting those balls into the box, like, this is what Peak is. This is what Peak's position is. He's making all the plays right now, nearly every single one. And here we go. Yeah, this is where they want to be. You're absolutely right. And especially trying to learn from that last prime. I think that's what's awesome to see from teams as well. Learning literally in the one game they have. I think they may have pushed a little bit farther. Peak was like, hey, are you coming? Oh, no, they don't care. They're just going.
That first look for the black hole, but how much damage is he actually doing? It's not doing a big impact.
They're low though, so they're pushing him away. So they're gonna they might get this.
Yeah, one.
Might go for prime now. There we go. Yeah. Gadget's down as well, so there's a lot of that zone AOE pressure that would be around prime. So this is the perfect time to go for it, and they'll get it. They should get it absolutely, unless Ven comes in. We might see them come in.
There's no ultimates really available. The Shadow Realm. If they isolate him.
I mean, Raven's coming as well. Oh, no, nice CC from Bellica. Lovely job from Boinks there. Really good. Grayson, they're just going for the kill. No.
He wants it.
We don't want you having even the smallest chance of taking this buff from us because we're just going to kill you instead. And now trying to get... Oh, there you go. Revs take him into the Never there. I should have done the Metallica line. Oh, missed opportunity. Oh, well.
Exit light?
Oh, no, through their Never,
Oh, I suppose that also works.
Next time, everyone. Nobody steal that. It's mine. There we go.
Prime pushing. Steal it.
Excellent. It's fine. As long as someone uses it, I'll trademark it and it'll be fine.
This is massive, though, for Fun Gaming. This finally gives them a solid foothold in the game. And this is something they've been lacking for a good portion of it. Every time they've been able to take an objective away, it's usually been because they came in at Pink Ravens while they were already there and managed to steal it away. Secure in this game so far has not been on point. Let me just say, I'm putting that out there right now. The Secure has not been super great so far, but that does make for very interesting steals, which is always exciting.
I'm going to be interested.
Forefront Gaming is finally on the front foot. This is their time to be the initiators, to take control of the game. And they're doing so here at the Primal, but keep an eye. There's rotations coming in from Pink Ravens.
Yeah, and we've seen them as being that engage, their first engage, whilst Pink Ravens come in. They've not won these very much. And there you go. Yeah, Gadget's too strong. Gideon is actually going to zone most of them out while they can potentially get the llama kill. But they can have there's a Fang there as well. That's 4-1. That's pretty big. They might just leave here. Or Ganks is repositioning. I wonder if we're going to see Ganks.
Macaporio goes in what?
That damage! Look! Oh, nice port. It doesn't matter because look at Ganks' positioning. Oh my god! Did you see that positioning from Ganks? He ported out. He risked potentially going down in the fight afterward. That's confidence. Oh man, I'm getting all the feels right now. That's so
full
good.
Ace. They're all dead. That might just be the game.
The game, right? Like Ganks. I mean, Ganks is one of the players to watch out for. I think as an ADC, that was stupid. That was actually stupid. But remember, I do want to make a point as well. Pink Ravens are EU, right? They are playing with a little bit of a, they're a massive powerhouse. Even with that, like, this is a ridiculous win for this team. Like.
This is an upset, to say the least.
I mean, I think so, I would say. But, like, I know, obviously, like, ping and all that kind of thing is a thing. But, like, at the end of the day, we saw Peak doing an absolutely ridiculous job and was easily the best player in that game. Like, for me, personally, sorry. But, like, and Gank's positioning as well. Whew, on that last fight, it was just immense. I love that he used that blink to reposition so much so that the enemy team just didn't even know what the hell was going on. Where's Ganks? Like, they need to have an eye on your carry, on the enemy team carry, because otherwise it's just going to pop out of nowhere. Chances are he's coming for you. He's got full HP, full mana, pops a Q, gets him into the Nether. And then it's all over.
Because of Peak. If you saw how that fight was swinging, it wasn't really swinging in favor of FFG. Peak was about to die and get zero value and just be a dead member. But he finds a pull, finds the lockdown, and that was all the FFG needed to set up for Matt Corporeal. Comes in, decimates the health bars of Pink Ravens, and it completely flips that entire fight on its head. And it's like you said, Ganks just with the positioning, being aware of where the retreat routes are for Pink Ravens and making sure to cut them off. Finding that last shot secured the game.
Yeah, I mean, good job to our camera light operator there. Like, really picked out Ganks literally on the paw. I was like, thank you, because I may have missed that. So really good job from the guys. I really hope chat also just gives a lot of appreciation to all the team behind the scenes, because they do such an immense job. And I know how hard that work is because I've done it myself in the past. So thanks to those guys. And also our analysts and our amazing host, R-Dog, who we're going to go back to right now, because I want to give them some of the hype, because they definitely deserve it. And over to you, all on the desk.
Thank you so much, Jabro and Spooky Mars. What an insane cast. You guys were a lot of fun to listen to. But Pink Ravens versus For Fun Gamers. Mr. Meds, analyze and break down this match for us.
Yeah, that game, wow. Definitely an upset. I think Pink Ravens were probably the favorites going into that game, but I think the spice level was just a little bit too high. We might have had maybe a Ghost Pepper in there too. Peak and Mad Corporeal just like running over that game. I think the Fang Mao pick is actually really interesting. You saw the power of it in the last two team fights. With the pick on Tang in that last couple minutes of the game, and then also in that last Primal Fangtooth fight. Just the immense amount of damage coming out of that combo into Nex is just so big, and the carries just couldn't deal with it on Pink Ravens.
Yeah, and how about you, Cynic? Can you tell us about what we just watched?
I don't even know myself. It was a lot of back and forth, a lot of rush. Like, you can tell that the Feng Mao player, couldn't remember the name off the top of my head. didn't look like he was very comfortable at the beginning because he was rushing a lot of ults. But then as he got into the game, he was getting his rhythm, getting his flow, and then he started to become a big powerhouse. And then obviously Peaks alongside of him, getting him into the game. I would have loved to have seen Peaks give him some more kills in the early game because he kept stealing them. But we got there in the end. A lot of rushing from both teams in terms of objectives. But at the end of the day, FFG wins. So.
Yeah, GG's to Pink Ravens. And also, I do want to ask you, Cynic, we have some viewers who also want to have some insight on this. You are from EU, and Jibro kind of touched on it too. Majority of the Pink Ravens team are playing on ping, right? What's it like to play on ping, and how do you think it might have impacted this match?
I think in Predator, it's not that impactful in comparison to other games. As throughout the years, the ping discrepancy is not as huge as it used to be. I think characters like Crunch, you do feel it a lot more. And obviously, when you get linked with face, if anything that displaces your camera, you can feel it a little bit more. But in terms of just like overall aim and overall skill shots, I don't think it's that huge of a difference in terms of like EU to East. But EU to NA West is where you kind of start to feel the pain, so to speak.
Yeah, very well said. I know the majority of the players were kind of training on NA East just so they can participate in our tournament. But Mr. Meds, I know we saw that Fang Mao pick, which is like the first time we've seen it in this tournament so far. Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, I mean, I just think that the item changes really kind of made him a priority pick. You did see that Magporial did pick up some of those new items, and I think they're super good. I think he's a very underrated pick, and I think one of the good things is that we haven't seen a lot of it, right? So it's kind of that surprise factor. So I think it's just one of those picks that's just really, really good right now.
Yeah, and we kind of talked about in the beginning, he was kind of like uncomfortable, but Cynic, how did FFG turn that game around for them?
I think it's a bit of both sides, kind of rushing things on objectives, like trying to take fights and trying to take objectives when they didn't have map control. Like you could see when you look at the minion waves when they were trying to take objectives, like FFG were trying to take orb when they had offlane and duo pushed into their towers. They should have sorted out the waves and then went for the orb. And obviously they got punished for that. And then the same thing happened on the Primal, tried to force Primal. And then they won that fight. And then once that first Primal went down, that's when the game kind of snowballed really heavily because death timers are longer. The game was in a really advanced state. So once the second Fang Tooth came in, it was just donezo. Like there was no coming back from that. Once the second Fang Tooth came in, I honestly feel like the game was kind of done after the first Fang Tooth. But obviously they still need to finish out, which they did.
And then lastly, Mr. Meds, what kind of things or plays worked out for Pink Ravens?
So I actually have to give some credit to Llama. I think he actually stalled out the game a lot with his ultimate. There was a couple times where, For Fun Gaming were engaging on them, but through some subjugates and some really good ultimates, they were able to, stall out, maybe turn some fights. We did see, some picks off of that. So I think that Llama was a really good pick on the Severod.
And so congratulations For Fun Gamers on that game. Next up, we have Dirty Boys, Lauber, Grady, Appy, Lakeinator, and Toasty versus Rogue, who has Pinzo, Tekken Kid, Haru, Blue Jay, and Wango. Now we're going to go for a break.